Hi, I'm Jeff Barter, English teacher at Owasso High School. My email address is there. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions about anything after the presentation. But here are some tips for writing scholarship and college application essays, aka the art of the humble brag. And we'll be talking about tone and how to brag. Well, not really bragging in a little bit. First, let's look at some prompts. Now, you may get a really broad prompt that's just kind of tell us about yourself or something like that. I would always recommend narrowing that prompt. So you don't want to write a really broad essay. You want to write a focused essay. So here are a couple examples to get you thinking and to get you started. But if you do get a broad one, choose something more specific, something that inspires you or allows you to highlight your talents. Describe the world you come from. For example, your family, community, or school, and tell us how your world has shaped your dreams and aspirations. I wrote this one before junior year of college when I was applying to the School of Ed at MSU. And I wrote about my hometown and about like how I had changed since I left that hometown. A lot of people write about, community groups that they're in or clubs that they're in or a mentor that they have or something like that for this prompt. Tell us about a personal quality, talent, accomplishment, contribution, or experience that is important to you. Pretty broad. What about this quality or accomplishment makes you proud, and how does it relate to the person that you are? So that is, you want to be specific in the quality, talent, accomplishment, or contribution that you choose. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but you also want to talk about not just who you are, but who you are becoming and who you will be in the future and achieving your goals. Describe a time that you overcame an obstacle. What have you learned from this experience? This is a classic interview prompt. It's also a classic personal statement prompt. How will it affect your progress toward your future goals? So what do these prompts all have in common? They each ask you to prioritize something about yourself, a significant event, personality trait, or details about your current or past life. And in doing so, the prompts require you to decide what is important to you and provide a glimpse into your values. The admission officer wants to know what kind of person they will be inviting to their campus. Colleges usually have diverse interests and talents. So be yourself. They just want to know basically your background, who you are, like what you value. But furthermore, they're trying to learn a few more things about you. Each prompt also enables you to highlight your talents. What skills, talents, or personality traits do you possess that will enable you to be successful? Let's focus on that question. This is the most important question you can address in this essay. What skills, talents, or personality traits do you possess that will enable you to be successful? Scholarship selection committees actually want to give you money for college. They want to. That's why they're there. They want you to be successful, but they also don't want to gamble. Your job is to convince them that you will be successful. But how do you do that without bragging? I say you focus on reality, focus on grounding your essay in what's actually happening in your life, and also focus on process. So focus on how you learned the skill or developed the personality trait. Overcoming the obstacle taught you about perseverance and teamwork. Your aunt became your mentor because she helped you learn discipline or because she encouraged your creativity. You learned the importance of process and intensity while training for an important cross-country meet. In this way, you're talking about the process of developing the skill, well, kind of inversely or indirectly claiming it. You're showing that you do possess that skill and how you developed it. And that sounds a lot less like bragging. Explain your long-term goals and connect your skills and personality traits to those goals. Demonstrate that you understand the challenges of your chosen field. And how will your strengths enable you to become successful? All right, but before we talk about how to organize this, I want to talk about where to start. Okay, we always start with brainstorming. I always have my students use these word walls, these adjective walls. And they're basically just words that or phrases that are describe qualities that you might have. I have them go through and circle the qualities that they think most describe them. I usually tell them to start with 5. Try to narrow it to 5. You don't want to have too many. You don't have time to to develop that many in an essay. But once they've selected them and they've circled the ones that most apply to them, I have them web off of that. So web off of it, how you use that in your life today. So if you choose originality, you know, where do you demonstrate originality in your daily life? Where in school do you show originality? Where in maybe the workplace or even in your family life or in your hobbies do you demonstrate originality? So you want to kind of make sure that you're finding concrete examples to describe this. And this is really important. It's developing the language that you're going to use in the essay. And that's not just for this essay, it's for all essays. You want to figure out your language. You want to figure out your tone before you start writing. And it not only helps you with tone, but it also helps you with direction. You know where you're going. I got this from U of M Flint's financial aid pages, from their personal statement pages. They have a really good resource there. This is another word wall. Do the same thing with it. It's a little more specific. Got this from a job hunting website called Indeed.com. This is also really useful for developing resumes and things like that. So how do we organize it? So in the intro, tell your story, use vivid imagery, set the scene, describe your encounter with the obstacle, paint a portrait of your mentor, but be vivid here. You want to draw the reader in, and you want to really kind of like let them into your life in this introductory paragraph. In the body, here's where the bragging comes in a little bit more, but you want to show the skills that you've developed and how you've developed those skills. So you want to highlight those skills, personality traits, and values. You want to discuss how you use them in your everyday life. And you want to provide concrete details. This is kind of like the now, like where are you now on your journey? And then you want to finish with the future. Explain your future goals, demonstrate your knowledge of the field. Like, what does it take to be a successful engineer? And then why will you be a successful engineer? You understand the challenges of the field. Now convince the selection committee that you have the tools to go out and do it. And that, that you have the desire, that you have the dreams, and that you also have the tools to go out and actually become successful. This is a nice place to end. It's a nice place to conclude because it's hopeful, but it's also confident, and it shows that you understand your choices and that you have direction and goals. So learning to write this essay not only helps you get into college or get money for college, it'll also help you in the future with job interviews, applications to specific majors, graduate school applications, resumes, meeting your boyfriend or girlfriend's parents, dating sites. Just kidding on that one. Although you might need the dating site if the meeting your boyfriend or girlfriend's parents doesn't go well, you want to be prepared. Also, your generation's estimated that you'll change jobs many times, not just jobs, but careers many times in your journey. So developing a professional networking portfolio on something like LinkedIn is important as you move forward. Additional resources, U of M Flint's personal statement resources is excellent. You can search for adjectives to describe yourself, personal statement or something like that. That's what I used. You can search for personal statement sample essays. Always nice to see the moves that people are making in those essays, but write your own essay. Be yourself. That's the point of this. And talk to your teachers. Get feedback from them. Ask them to help you brainstorm. Ask them to help you plan it. Bring them the essays and have them give you some feedback after you've written them. I always feel honored by that. I feel like, they could have taken it to anyone. They brought it to me. And that's really a highlight of my job. So don't be shy about that. Seek them out. I hope this helps. Good luck. Like I said, if you have any questions in the future, you feel free to email me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.